Look who's back with us from Common Sense Magazine. He's the executive editor, Chris Bedford. Chris, it's great to see you. Okay, this story. We've got far-left activists and nonprofits pressuring and attacking New York City businesses and hotels after illegal immigrants trashed their rooms, threw out dozens of bags of food, doing drugs in the hallways, sex in the hallways, reportedly. Should these far-left nonprofits take in these illegal immigrants? And if they don't, should they be investigated for tax fraud? Because what are they doing on the taxpayers' nickel as a nonprofit?
Did nonprofits in New York, just like the nonprofits doing similar work in Washington, D.C., whenever you hear somebody claiming to advocate for one group, they're typically advocating against the citizens or advocating against the taxpayers. They're taking those dollars and using them to set up tent cities in public parks or tent cities in streets, like you're seeing right now in New York City with migrants who refuse to use the city's shelter. And all they want at the end of the day is more money, more money, more money, and more refugees and more homeless and people that they're able to take care of. This thing really starts to feed on yourself, because when you pay for something, you undoubtedly get more of it. Now, the government is clamoring now. New York City's clamoring. They can't be spending $500 a night in these hotel rooms for illegal immigrants. They won't move into the shelters. But there is an easy solution, which is if you're an illegal immigrant who breaks the laws and takes advantage of the city and won't go in the shelters, then you can leave the country. It's the same way they came in.
So more activists than immigrants were showing up at these midtown hotels. One person said it was more of a block party for far-left activists. I mean, New York City, we have more than 67,000 homeless, more than 21,000 homeless children, homeless veterans on our streets. We want to care for everybody. But that's what's happening in our New York City main municipal shelter every night. But somehow they're able to house migrants at luxury hotels. Shouldn't the mayor shut this down now? I mean, we want to take care of scared women and children on the run for their lives. We see young males in designer bubble jackets throwing away dozens of bags of free stuff and free food. It doesn't look like they are on the run for their lives. They look like economic migrants.
This is the reality of the situation we're dealing with at the border. People like to think of it as a great immigrant's tale, a tale of young families coming over to the United States to try and make a better life. But it's not families, it's not women, and it's not children. And those few women who are coming through are being sex trafficked and abused. It's a criminal-run cartel operation. So New York City activists and New York City politicians who said, we want to make our city a sanctuary state. We want to be a place where illegal immigrants are welcome. Well, now they're seeing the actual reality of that these southern states have been complaining about for years. They've called racist for complaining about it. They're seeing that reality. They're seeing what it actually looks like. It's not these huddled families. It's young men who aren't working, young men who complain about the food or not staying in the hotel rooms, or starting fights, who are hooking up with each other in the in the stairwells, who are attacking people. That's the reality.
Chris Bedford, thanks for joining us tonight. We'll have you back on again soon.